Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking into a project proposal that is, well, incredibly ambitious.
It's putting it mildly.
Yeah. Imagine an algorithm designed to understand the quantum workings of the brain.
Okay.
And this is the really wild part, it claims it can manage time itself.
Wow. So the big question is this genuine foresight into AI's future or something else?
Exactly. Or maybe just, fascinating techno-optimism. We're diving into a submission from the Ayucup National Creativity and Innovation Competitions.
Right. And this one really makes you think about the limits or maybe the lack of limits
Yeah.
of AI potential.
Absolutely. The title alone is quite something. Quantum Brain Activity Analysis 9.9, Quantum CQ.
Okay, wait. 9 factorial? 9 factorial.
Or we'll get to that. And it's alongside an artificial intelligence time control algorithm, ASI. The name itself just pulls you in.
It certainly does.
The designer listed is Hassan Mohammad Alizadeh Soltani with a background in software. So today we're going to try and unpack the core concepts, these really big claims, and where they see this algorithm being used. It's a very wide vision.
Yeah, so let's start right there with the quantum CPU in this AI time control algorithm.
Right.
What does the source actually mean by quantum CPU here? Is it hardware, software,
Correct.
concept?
That's a good point. Usually we think hardware with quantum computing,
Mm-hmm.
but here the source presents it more as part of an algorithm for quantum brain activity analysis. It
Right.
doesn't really detail specific hardware. It's positioned more like a computational capability for understanding the brain deeply.
Okay.
But that 9.9 notation in the title, it's really striking. Does the document explain that? Is it mathematical, like you said, 9 factorial,
Yeah.
implying huge power? Or is it just like a project code?
The source is surprisingly quiet on that specific point. It
Yeah.
really stands out, but there's no clear explanation. So it's left a bit ambiguous. Could be symbolic power, could be an internal reference. We don't really know for sure.
Interesting.
What we do know, according to the source, is that the algorithm is apparently designed and already under implementation.
Right. So they're saying it's not just an idea on paper,
Exactly. It's supposedly in progress.
which is quite a step for something grand. And the creator, Hassan Mohammad Alizadeh Soltani, the source, gives specifics from Tabriz, born 220-71349 Persian calendar, bachelor's in software. It adds a very human element, doesn't it?
It does. But what's maybe even more remarkable is the sheer range of applications they propose.
Oh, yeah. It's not just for like one specific field.
Not at all. The list is huge. Finance, investment, industry, business, entrepreneurship, education, medicine, sports, health, art, entertainment,
Mm.
even clothing and fashion and management.
Wow. Okay. Clothing and fashion. How would an AI time control algorithm work there? Does the source give any hints about how it manages everything?
It doesn't really give detailed examples for each sector, no. The idea seems to be that this core algorithm, with its time control and brain analysis ability, can optimize pretty much any process.
So, universal optimization.
That's the implication.
Yeah.
For fashion, you could guess it might predict trends perfectly, optimize supply chains down to the second, maybe even personalize designs based on brain patterns.
Mm.
But that's me reading between the lines of the claim of universality. The source doesn't spell that specific example out.
Okay. Got it. That leads us to the competitive edge. And this is where the claims get, well, even bigger.
If that's possible.
Right. The source says this algorithm gets us closer to AGI, ASI, artificial general intelligence, and superintelligence
Mhm.
because it enables AI to understand and grow, inspiring itself from its environment, acting as an intelligent agent, just like a human. How does it supposedly bridge that gap? What's the mechanism?
Well, the source connects it back to that deep analysis of brain activity and the time control aspect. The thinking seems to be, if you can understand the brain's quantum complexities, you can create an AI that learns and adapts fundamentally differently, maybe more like humans do.
So, mimicking human learning at a deeper level.
That seems to be the core idea presented, allowing it to become this intelligent agent.
That's definitely aiming high. And what about competitors? It apparently positions itself against rivals in finance, industry, management, saying flat out that no one else can implement their systems this way.
Yeah, quite confident.
So, what makes it unique, according to them? The quantum brain part, the time control, the combo.
The source really seems to emphasize the quantum CPU for brain analysis plus the AI time control algorithm. This pairing is presented as the unique advantage, something no one else has, letting it go beyond current AI.
Okay, right. But then there's the ultimate competitor claim. This is where it gets really philosophical.
Yes, this part is quite something.
The source states The only true competitor is the creator of existence.
Hmm.
And it uses this metaphor. Humans can never be like the creator, just like two parallel lines never meet but run alongside each other. I mean, what does that even mean for a tech project? Is it spiritual, marketing spin, a metaphor for complexity?
It's probably the most startling claim. The way it's presented, it doesn't feel like just marketing hype. It feels like they're trying to define a fundamental limit, almost a metaphysical one,
So, not actually competing with God, but
more like acknowledging a boundary. The algorithm might aim for superintelligence, universal management, but it recognizes there's a level of, ultimate creation that's separate. It operates on a parallel track, managing and optimizing, but not creating in that absolute sense. It defines its own place in the grand scheme of things.
that's a really unique way to frame it. It's about what it can't do, even at its peak. So, how does it plan to back up these huge claims? The source gives four main competitive advantages. Let's break those down. First, efficiency and adaptability.
Right. High utility because it can supposedly adapt to many different industries.
Yeah.
Financial markets, you name it. Makes it very versatile.
Okay. Then, number two, speed of action.
Yeah, it emphasizes speed and improvement and practical usefulness. Speed is obviously critical, especially in finance.
Makes sense. Third is simply accurate information, providing reliable data, which is crucial if you're managing complex systems.
Exactly. And the fourth one, which the source really highlights, is transformative adaptability. They use the term qabil a tagir.
Okay.
This adaptability is key to competing with things like neural networks. And crucially, it includes the ability to analyze large data automatically and quickly, processing big data fast.
And they call that a major advantage in finance, global trade, and managing the universe. What do you think they mean by managing the universe? Like literally, or more like information management on a cosmic scale?
It seems more abstract, yeah. Less about physically moving stars, probably more about achieving a kind of ultimate optimal state for complex systems. Perfecting information flow, resource allocation, processes on a scale we can barely imagine. Ultimate efficiency, maybe.
So, bringing this down to earth a bit, what does this
Hmm.
mean for, regular organizations, you, the listener? The benefits promised are actually quite practical, despite the grand vision.
Right. The algorithm claims it can help companies analyze markets, customer behavior, economic factors quickly and accurately.
Helping them spot opportunities, get ahead of competitors.
And because it supposedly works automatically, it saves time and money, big potential for efficiency gains.
Makes sense.
So the core benefits listed are pretty clear. One, increase productivity by optimizing time and resources, especially for these theoretical AGISI systems.
Two.
Cost reduction. Saving time means saving money on processing and operations.
And third.
Improved planning and time management, helping organizations prioritize, schedule, manage time in the best possible way.
So, putting it all together, we have this proposal claiming to optimize time, manage potentially universal systems, compare itself to the creator, all while boosting productivity and cutting costs. It's quite the package. If even a fraction of this were real, what kind of applications jump out to you beyond just business profits?
Oh, well, it's a huge thought experiment, isn't it? If the time control could truly optimize resource allocation globally, or traffic,
Mhm.
you can imagine huge societal benefits, less waste, more efficiency,
Right.
and the brain analysis
Yeah.
that could change everything from education to medicine to how we interact with computers, making things truly intuitive, personalized. It paints a picture of a highly optimized reality.
So, wrapping this up, it's just remarkable. The sheer ambition here.
Heavily.
An algorithm for quantum brain analysis, aiming for ASI, positioning itself parallel to the creator, promising to manage the universe. It really pushes the definition of AI's goals.
Yeah, it really does. It
Mhm.
shifts the perspective from AI as just a tool to AI as a system that learned, grows, and has this almost cosmic place, operating like those parallel lines to ultimate creation. It's awe-inspiring, but also makes you pause and think.
Absolutely. So, maybe a final thought for you, our listener. What are the wider implications when we start thinking about algorithms like this? Not just as tools, but as systems that aim to learn, grow, manage the universe, all while acknowledging this parallel path to a creator.
Yeah, how does that perspective change our relationship with AI?
And maybe even how we see ourselves in the bigger picture. It's definitely a lot to chew on. This deep dive has given us some truly unique material to consider.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something pretty wild. It's a proposal for a new kind of AI, and honestly, it's got a name that's just as ambitious and mysterious as its goals. All right, let's just get right to it. What on earth is a 9x9 quantum brain? You'd think with a name like that, the proposal would be full of math and quantum physics, right? Well, nope. Surprisingly, it doesn't really go into the specifics of the name at all. Instead, it focuses on what it does, and it calls that the ASI time control algorithm. So let's unpack what that actually means based on this document that was submitted to a big innovation competition in Iran. So this whole idea, it was officially submitted to the Ayucup National Creativity and Innovation Competition sometime between late 2023 and early 2025. The point is, this isn't just some random idea scribbled on a napkin. It's a formal proposal put out there in a real competitive arena. Okay, so who's the mind behind this, and what's the big idea? Luckily, the submission document lays it all out for us. The creator is a gentleman named Hassan Mohammad Alizadeh Soltani, and he's got a background in software. And get this, the proposal says this isn't just a theory. The algorithm is already designed and is actually in implementation. That little detail kind of grounds this whole thing, which otherwise sounds pretty out there, right? It brings it back to a real-world project. So the official name for this whole thing is the ASI time control algorithm. And right away, they make it clear. The goal here isn't just about processing data faster. No, it's about creating an intelligent agent that can actually perceive its environment, draw inspiration from it, and grow, kind of like a human does. And believe me, this document does not hold back. It makes some really bold claims. It lays out a whole list of competitive advantages, basically explaining exactly how it plans to leave every other AI system in the dust. It's really like a multi-pronged attack plan for AI dominance. First, it claims to be super efficient and adaptable across different industries, from finance to healthcare. Second, it's supposed to show rapid improvement in the real world. Third, it boasts this incredible ability to analyze huge data sets at lightning speed. And fourth, and this is the big one, it aims to go head-to-head with established AI systems like neural networks. It's basically a roadmap for becoming number one. And the proposal really doubles down on that last point. The central claim, the big promise, is that this algorithm can chew through and understand enormous data sets almost instantly. We're not talking about a small improvement here. This is being sold as a total game changer, especially for really high-stakes areas like global trade and the financial markets. But then, this is where things go from just being technically ambitious to, well, truly philosophical. See, the document had a section where it had to name its competition, and the answer they gave was not what you'd expect. First off, it just waves away all human competition. Poof, gone. The argument is that this time control algorithm is so close to being a true artificial general intelligence, an AGI, that no other researchers, no other companies are even playing the same game. They're not even in the same league. And then comes the kicker. The document states that the only main competitor is the creator of the universe. Just let that sink in for a second. That is a breathtaking statement. It completely reframes this whole thing. It's not just a tech project anymore, it's metaphysical. Now, to be fair, the document immediately tries to clarify this with a really interesting analogy. It says, look, this isn't a direct challenge to the creator. It's more like two parallel lines. They travel alongside each other forever, for infinity, but they can never ever meet. So the goal is to get closer and closer to that ultimate intelligence, knowing you can never actually become it. So that's the key distinction they're trying to make. Think about it. Conventional AI, the stuff we have now, we feed it data and it follows our instructions. This new algorithm, they claim, gets inspired by its environment, all on its own. It doesn't just learn, it grows. You know, it's the difference between building a very smart tool and creating what this proposal seems to think of as an artificial consciousness. Okay, so after that pretty high-level philosophical moment, the proposal brings things back down to earth. It answers the question, what would an algorithm this powerful actually do for us? What are the real, tangible benefits here? And the promised outcomes are, well, pretty significant. We're talking about a massive boost in productivity, because it would optimize how AGI and ASI systems think. Huge cost reductions from saving time and resources. It would help organizations with much better strategic planning. And, maybe most importantly, it would give them the power to spot new market opportunities way faster and more accurately than any of their competitors. And this quote from the document really nails the core sales pitch. It's all about giving companies and organizations a decisive, you could almost say unfair, competitive advantage. The idea is that this system is designed to find pathways to success that other people and other AIs just can't see. So in the end, whether this quantum brain thing is even feasible or not, its sheer ambition forces us to look in the mirror and ask a really profound question. What is the real end game for AI? Are we just trying to build better tools to help us out? Or are we maybe, without even realizing it, on a path to create a whole new kind of intelligence, maybe even a rival? That's the huge, audacious question a proposal like this leaves us with.